think that's a bad placement. On
Being 12th
Vaelyn
on that, yeah.
on Vaelyn, she's also a little bit further down in P6. That is still quite a good placement, I would say.
I
And
would
really
say
to take a
6 is quite good. Yeah, definitely. Although, when you look at Red Menace, Switch has second place there, but Linko has 9th place on Red Menace. So that is maybe a map that they don't want to pick because Linko is gonna be fast there as well.
There we have it. Tierras is
Here we go.
banned by EQNX, and Valenznor is banned by by Lunaéna. I already forgot how to talk, but yeah, don't worry, it's gonna turn out fine, surely.
See if I can write this down really quickly. Tyros, Verling Snore.
First
My
map
cat's
picked.
trying to eat my pencil.
First map picked is Winter Delight. Second map picked, I think you mentioned it just before, is Red Menace.
Ah, yes.
And we're also gonna have Fuchsia once again. And Bioengineered is map number 4. Camon is bad. There's the pick of the blue team of Lunaéna, which is therefore playing on her own map. But the match could be over if it's a 4-0 for either side. Stromeria Gardens is map number 6, and Cat's Eye is picked at random, which means Peacekeeper is left out. Although not entirely, because of course the warm-up is taking place on that map in the background.
Yes, it is indeed. So the first map is going to be Winter Delight. Let's take a look at some times there. Winter Delight, Switch in second place on the leaderboards with a 48.6 as her PB. And let's see, I think her teammate, a 49.2, Mia Liosta, is going to have the second best time there. And then Linko and Pepper are going to be very close behind with a 49.35 and a 49.36. So, yeah, Switch 0.6 ahead of all the other three on that map, which is quite the pace, I have to say. So let's see what the ladies of Equinox can, what kind of answer they have. The warm-up has started. And why am I seeing? Oh, here we go. Do I have? I didn't have other cars on. There you go. Okay. Couldn't quite see it.
Would definitely be helpful in this match, but yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why do I only see one car? But of course, if you press the button that removes it, that's not going to be helpful. Okay. Here we go. Winter Delight. I'm assuming we're live. Yes, we are. Okay. Lunaéna versus Equinox, the third quarterfinal, and they are going for a place in the semifinal, which will be driven tomorrow. But for now, we have this. We have Switch in first place at the moment. Let me see. I don't have names for some reason. Could you take over while I figure out why my names aren't working?
Going right at it. Linko so far is in 4th place, but is not out of the competition yet. Salias is trying to defend from Pepper into the last part. Switch is comfortably ahead, stretching her lead as we speak. Salias with a beautiful inside line in the last third turn. Can she clutch out P2? Pepper is getting really close. It's not even a 10th of a second separating those two. Salias takes the 2nd place and closes out the ace for Lunaéna. How are your names looking?
Starting with an ace. My names are actually back. I fixed the problem somehow. Yeah, starting with an ace is of course the best start you can want. And they are gonna see if they can do another one because they are once again in first and second place, Celiosta and Switch. So let's see what the ladies in red can do from Equinox. Pepper is keeping up with Celiosta. They are very, very close behind, and it seems like Linko has lost a little bit of time. She's about a second, 1.2 behind the leader, which is Switch, who is not letting off at all and just keeps increasing her lead. It's now 0.9 to second place. Pepper is not driving a bad round at all, but Switch is just taking off. And Celiosta actually snipes the second place right there from Pepper, which is another ace in the pocket. Wow, that was 1/10. No, 100th actually, and she just takes second place, and the ace, the second ace, is a fact.
That's definitely gonna help Celiosta's momentum, and Pepper, I'm pretty sure, is gonna bite herself over that. But of course, it's not lost yet. As I say this, she takes a little bit of a suboptimal line. It's the inside bump on the dirt turn. Switch and Celiosta are taking off into the distance. Celiosta has so much momentum, is now chasing down her own teammate, who has been in a position of power in the lead for almost all of the current map. And she's looking to take home another one. But Celiosta on the last checkpoint a little bit quicker than Switch. Gets about 300ths of a second back. Switch is basically saving it for the moment. 4 taps behind. Celiosta hits the finish though. Pepper and Linko can capitalize on it. That is a bonk that costs Celiosta quite a lot. Instead of an ace, instead of the cleanest round so far, we have a draw.
Indeed we do, and it is now 7-1. The ladies of Equinox still need to get 2 aces to get back into this game, but as we can see, Lunaéna can make mistakes, so hopefully for Equinox they make another one. But it is Linko who makes the first mistake in this round, and she will be looking at a 1.2 gap, 1.2 second gap, 1.3 even. So it is up to Pepper to limit the damage. She's now in second place, ahead of Celiosta, but Celiosta is not letting up, and she actually has a really good line there with a lot of speed. So did she? Oh, she was so close to the wall there, but she doesn't touch. And it looks like she's even taken over second place. It depends on who has the most speed coming out of this. It looks to be, it's another ace, and with that they just take the map. Just like that, Lunaéna takes Winter Delight for themselves, and it was actually their own pick, so they take it home.
Switch basically untouchable. You have to say it.
Celiosta
was getting really, really close to her on one of the runs, but couldn't quite close it out. Bonked the finish. Equinox. They should have had more than at one point. Pepper was really close to Celiosta on many, many runs, but unfortunately couldn't quite close it out. Celiosta keeps her nerves together, keeps her cool, and gets very important second places in. Lunaéna so far in a commanding position, confirming their position as the heavy favorites. But can they bring home Red Menace, or can Equinox bounce back to tie the whole match in maps?
Exactly. We are going to see who takes this dirt map, heavy dirt map, and all of them right now in a similar position. Someone just had a weird line there. Did it just look like that? No, it just looked like that from my position. But Switch is once again just in first place, because there's just such pace there over the engine off. Of course, you want to take that with as much speed as possible, because that just snowballs into a huge time gain or loss if you do that wrong. Linko takes over third place from her teammate, but it is still a Switch who is just with a 0.9 lead over her own teammate. And with a 44.7, they take another ace right here. And a 44.7 is not her own PB, but it is a lot faster than the PBs of the other ladies. Another ace to start the Red Menace map.
Switch definitely proving she's still in the hold of the competition, but Celiosta with a better start. Can she have a clean transition out of that very wide line? Switch is taking back the lead, but hits the outside wall, and that is a chance for Equinox to pounce and possibly get a few points off their opponents. Lunaéna are still in the run though. Switch has so much speed out of that dirt turn. Can Linko even make it over the jump? She can not. Pepper made it over it, but Switch is back in the lead. Celeste in P2. It looks like they're securing another ace. Can they keep it clean? They absolutely can. And even when Switch makes a mistake, you cannot counter out. He's in an absolute stranglehold of the opposition and brings home another impressive win. Although not flawless, she's still proving that she's the fastest.
A lot of pace there. Yeah, how how do you counter that when they're just that fast? How do you do that? You hope for mistakes? You can't do that. Like, what's the strat? What's the strat? It's just very hard. All right. Ooh, Celioster clips the outside. Jumps a little bit weird, but also I think it was Linko who made a mistake there. So there's a little bit of a Celioster again with a weird line, flies up all over the walls. And Linko takes advantage and takes second place. Slides a little bit there, might lose her a little bit of speed. Actually, no, it gained her speed. She drives up to Switch and Pepper. Pepper, who is in first place, almost doesn't make the jump, but Switch gets an overtake right there. See if she can secure the draw for her team, because Celiosta is almost 2 seconds behind. She does secure the draw, but it's not an ace. It is a nice draw. And this does show that the ladies from Lunaéna do make mistakes, and there are points to be had here.
Switch also not with the quickest of all runs. Seems to look at securing the maps. Celeste with an off round for the moment. She can surely bounce back on this specific one, although she once again had a slower start. Pepper hits the outside barrier, and that's not gonna help the efforts of EQNX. And Linko, she's back into second place. She's trying to chase after Switch. Once again, Switch with a beautiful outside line. Linko copies that absolutely beautifully. Celeste cannot quite keep up with them at the moment, but Switch has so much speed, such perfect lines. Linko also beautiful, but not quite quick enough to catch up, but hits the outside barrier and has to concede second place. Lunaéna somehow make it an ace. Celeste snatches away that second place after Linko hits the wall in the unluckiest fashion. Pepper also copies the move into the wall, but it doesn't matter anymore. Lunaéna somehow aced the round and take Red Menace.
And that was, of course, the map pick from EQNX. So they steal that away. The next map is going to be Fuchsia. And that is a pick by a team Lunaéna. So they will definitely feel comfortable on that one. Let's see if I can find some personal bests. Let's see. Fuchsia is a world record by Switch, or a league record by Switch, and she has a 45.6. And let's see. She's in fact the only one who is below a 46 right here, because she's just a second faster than everybody else, which is quite impressive. All right, we have the warm-up for this map. A lot of transitions here. And again, once you mess up one transition, it's very easy to mess up the next and the next. So keeping to your line and having a very good practice on this map is vital to success. And let's see who can keep their nerves together the best and perform the best. Take it away. First round.
Rounds 1, Fuchsia. We have seen that map so many times now. It is basically not just a crowd favorite, but also a player favorite in the WRL. So Celeste has to compromise the line a little bit through the first part, through the grass. Looks like she's also not having the cleanest lines in the dirt part, but it somehow pays off. She risked a lot, just made it, and is now in second place right behind Switch, right behind
Pepper.
her teammate. Pepper is out of the equation for now. Did not quite see what happened there, but is behind everyone else for the moment. Linko is now trying to pick up the scraps. Will Celeste or Switch maybe make another mistake? It looks absolutely clean. They navigate the sausage block perfectly and make it another ace to start off Fuchsia in the right manner for Lunaéna.
And Pepper misses the finish there, but it wouldn't matter anymore. The ace is already in the pocket. And Lunaéna starts out map 3 with 3 points. And Linko and Pepper, if they want to have a chance at anything, they need to start getting points here. But, I mean, how do you do that when they're just this fast? The pace is so high, and they're driving so well. And they don't make a lot of mistakes. So, what do? We're going to see what they can do. Celiosta is in first place at the moment.
That's Switch.
Actually, it's Switch. Yeah, it's Switch who's in first place. Yeah, my names have disappeared again. I don't know what's going on. Linko makes a mistake though, and she hits the outside line. So that gives the ladies of Lunaéna a huge lead. Linko again with a little bit of an awkward line, does get the outside line in the dirt. But let's see in the front here. It's Pepper who is almost taken. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was actually very close. Pepper had the lead there, but is sniped in the last second by Switch, and it's only 37 thousandths. And we have a draw, 4-1. So they do take some points away. It's not an ace. They definitely feel good on this map.
Yeah, that would have been a dream round for Pepper, but Switch is having absolutely none of it. That was close. Very close, too close for comfort for Switch, I can guarantee that. But Pepper definitely coming out the gates, swinging at Lunaéna. Linko is now here in 4th place, but she's not quite giving up. Loses a bit of pace compared to Celiosta, and Pepper now through the grass part as well. Celiosta is hitting the outside barrier in the dirt part though. Can Pepper maybe snatch away a victory from Switch? Switch keeps it absolutely clean through the sausage block.
Oh.
And Linko is sniping away 3rd place from Celiosta, as Pepper is also gaining a PB 46.9. Beautiful from her side. And we're getting into the next round. Round number 4.
That was a very eventful round indeed. Lots of mistakes happening. Celiosta not quite as comfortable on this one, it seems like, as on previous maps. Linko with a kind of an awkward jump, tries to go very low, but does get a lot of airtime because of the gap there. And it is Switch in first place. Pepper close behind. Celiosta not with a lot of speed, and Linko actually manages to overtake. But Linko is trying to keep that 3rd place for herself. Celiosta with a better outside line. Pepper making a mistake there, and it is again. No, wait, Celiosta making a mistake. So the ace is not happening. It's Linko who takes 2nd place. Celiosta gets 3rd. It is a win for Lunaéna, but not an ace because Celiosta just clipped something right at the end there.
And Linko keeping it absolutely clean this round. This deserves every bit of appreciation. Has done it absolutely beautifully. Pepper with a slightly compromised line through the first hairpin. Linko is looking at that 1st place, is trying to snatch away a lead at a checkpoint from Switch. Can not quite do it. 22 thousandths of a second are between her and the lead. She's clipping the checkpoint. Is out of the equation for the moment. And it looks like Switch and Celiosta are ahead. They are running away from the opposition. Linko and Pepper both with multiple seconds of a disadvantage. Switch just needs to keep it clean, as does Celiosta. And with an ace, they would take this map. They would take it to match point already. And it doesn't look like Celiosta takes the risky finish though. Can Linko maybe snatch away that 2nd place somehow? It looks like she can. Celiosta is taking a slow regular finish and loses out on this specific one. EQNX still have a fighting chance.
They do, but any point they can see to Lunaéna at this point is going to give them the map win. So it's very important that they pull out all the stops. They need to ace, or this map is going to the ladies for the blue side. However, Celiosta and Switch once again in 1st and 2nd place, and my voice also seems to be letting up right now. Pepper though having a good line here. She's challenging for 2nd place, quite get there. Linko is about a second behind, made some kind of a mistake. 1.5 seconds. Pepper and Switch are just fighting it out. Switch is the exception, actually, of her not being in first place. She made some kind of mistake, but she has a really good line here and actually overtakes second place, and she will take the ace. And with that, they take map 3, and it will only take one more map for the ladies of Lunaéna to go to the semifinals tomorrow, where they will face the winners of, let me double check the sheet here. Where's my sheet? Here it is. They will face the winners of the Wild Things versus Cows Don't Have Brakes. But they first have to get past Equinox. And if they win this map, that is exactly what they will do. And they will try to do that on Bioengineered.
Bioengineered. Cup of the Day map. I'm also quite happy Chloe is in chat to see what's going on here. As we see Switch not participating in the warm-up. Of course, he's absolutely comfy with all of the maps, so she doesn't need these extra 20 seconds that they currently get. But
it's actually just like Mutta. He never drives the warm-up either. he's like, he only wants to drive full laps, and if he's like, I just have 20 seconds to drive, he just gets out of his rhythm. So maybe Switch has a similar thing here. Just yeah. All right. First round on Bioengineers, a map made by Chloe, and it was the first cup of the day. Switch and Celiosta immediately taking the lead, and Linko trailing by 0.6 here, she's in third place. Pepper has made some kind of error somewhere, overslides there a little bit, so she is 1.5 seconds, actually 2 seconds away from first place. And it is Switch who's going to try to seal the deal here and put that first point on the table. First 3 points. No, not the first 3 points, because Celiosta has made an error somewhere. And let's see if she has a good bug slide. She might be able to take it back. Oh, this is going to be so close. No, she can't quite make it. Switch takes first place. Linko, however, takes a second, and this is a victory for Lunaéna, giving them 2 points, but Equinox also get 1. Also, Siniac with a raid. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
We're going into the next round. Switch is confirming her stranglehold over the competition once again with a beautiful starting line. She's not leaving anything up to chance. Pepper and Linko have a massive task ahead of them. Switch is not taking the world record jump though, which is interesting to see. She's keeping it safe. Celiosta is, for the moment, sticking to the rear of her car. Can Pepper somehow get back at them? The Canadian racer is looking to close the gap, is looking to keep her team in the equation, but it looks like the two French girls are just too quick to switch with another beautiful bobslide, backslide, but falls off the map. What happened there?
What just happened?
Switch is off the map and gives away the win. Celiosta picks up the scraps, brings it home. Equinox make it a draw. But what happened to Switch?
I have no idea. Suddenly she just drove straight ahead. It looked like, I don't even know. Okay, hopefully that doesn't like throw her off too much, because I don't know what happened, but she just, I mean, it doesn't look like it because she's in first place again. And her teammate is right behind her, Linko, with a little bit of airtime, and that's going to lose you some speed right there. Also now is hugging the wall. That's not what you want to do. Switch doesn't know about any of that. She's just driving in first place and going super fast. Celios with a little bit of airtime, and maybe that will give Pepper a little bit of speed to catch up, but it seems like the gap is too big. This bobsleigh sometimes shows as well. If you get a wonky landing here, you can lose speed, but they all seem to get through it fine. Pepper with the bug slide, and it's another ace for Team Lunaéna, and that puts them 6-2. They only need 4 more points to secure this match and put them into the semifinals.
So far, Celiosta has scored more better positions than Switch on Bioengineered. She's keeping it interesting. Switch is not just running away with it. This is definitely a team effort, and as I say this, Celiosta hits I don't know if it was a checkpoint or a wall, but the caster curse strikes once more, and this time
like
it strikes Eliaste. Unfortunately, but yeah, Linko and Pepper are trying to set off after switch. Can they catch off the world record holder on so many maps? Does it look like they can? Switch just needs to keep the bug slide clean. This time not off the map as Linko, she fought for it but goes off the map. Switch wins the round. Pepper brings it home in P2. It's a victory for Lunaéna, and they're on to track point and therefore match point.
And they only need 2 more points, so they need a victory or 2 draws or an ace. And if EQNX wants to have any kind of say in this, they need to, well, they need to ace, basically. Otherwise, it's going to be near impossible. It's almost already near impossible. But we've seen stranger things happen, so who knows what they can pull off here. But first, they need to drive faster than switch, which is kind of a difficult task to begin with. Let's see if they can do it. Switch and Celiosta in first and second place. Will this be the last round of this match? Pepper making a kind of a mistake, and we'll lose some time over that. And it is Linko with a second deficit. This does not look good for the ladies of EQNX. 1.2 seconds is because they need to. She clips now as well. They need to get past both, and if you clip, that's just not going to happen. Switch and Celiosta can drive safely to the finish. No, what happened? Switch, Celiosta, who is that? Switch just drove off the map again. What just happened? It's a draw. Did you see what happened? She just drove off the map.
I had it right on camera. It seems like she had a little bit of the wrong kind of momentum as she got out of the bug slide. Switch is not keeping it quite as clean as on the other map here on Bioengineered, and we're going into round 6. This could have been over 2 rounds ago, but Switch, it doesn't seem like she's getting along with Bioengineered today. As I say this, we once again have the Lunaéna girls in the lead. They only need a draw. They can also afford to lose as long as they get a second place in this round. But it looks like they're going for another race. Can Switch keep it clean this time? Pepper unfortunately cannot, but it looks like Switch is doing what's due. And Celiosta is bringing it home to make it an ace. They are taking the round. They are taking Bioengineered. And it's a clean 4-0 for Team Lunaéna. They're advancing to the semifinals.
Congratulations to Lunaéna. That was a very, very dominating performance, very confident performance. And tomorrow they will have to show what they are capable of against either the Wild Things or Cows Don't Have Brakes, which is the next match that we're going to see, actually. So, yeah, I think that match will be in half an hour, I think, or are we going to start a bit earlier? I'm not sure, but it's gonna be an interesting one tomorrow. Semifinals and then the final. Let's yeah. Congrats to Lunaéna and EQNX. Well played. But yeah, there was just so much pace. Switch might have not been super confident on this last map, but on the first 3 maps, there was just no stopping her, basically.
Absolutely, yeah. Lunaéna proving why they are the heavy favorites. EQNX, though, have taken off a few valuable points. They have proven they are part of this playoffs tournament for a reason. And we're hoping to see you again in the next season, of course. But for now, the WRL Season 1 ends here for EQNX. Lunaéna, of course, advancing to the semifinals. We're 30 minutes ahead of schedule, as you might be able to grasp from the chat. So,
yes.
Question is, how do you advance from here? Do we wait for 10 p.m. to the next match? We're gonna wait director's orders for the moment. But, of course, we can look forward to the next match. We're gonna have one more quarterfinals match tonight. The Wild Things versus Cows Don't Have Brakes, which is also hopefully going to be a tight match. This is once again a second place versus third place match, and therefore should be one that's a lot closer than the previous ones. We don't have a heavy favorite here. We do have two teams looking to make an upset happen in the semifinals against the two top seeds, specifically Lunaéna this time around.
I want to see some 7 mappers. We have Arctica versus and Kato versus S and Saffron. So this is going to be a banger as well, and I'm hoping for some 7 mappers here. Should be good. Let's see some records here. Saffron has a 3rd position on for Linksnoor and a 5th position on Winter Delight. Let's see. Kato has 5th on Cat's Eye and 6th on Fuchsia and Winter Delight as well. So that could be there's some close times here. Let's
Absolutely. See. We're going to see how it all plays out in the next match. We're going to go into a little break once more. Thanks also to Team EQNX for the raid. Hello to all the raiders. And unfortunately, I have to send you into a break because the next match is not going to happen for a little while. But of course, continuing with the show in about 15 minutes. Until then, don't touch the browser. I'm trying not to forget my words. That is really hard, but you know, we're back in about 15 minutes. Until then, get yourself something to drink. Don't forget to hydrate, and see you around.